Episode 251, Cream Cheese Muffins, Scene 1A, Mark. Hi everyone, today I am making some high-fat cream cheese muffins with a dairy-free option. I'm Anita from KetogenicWoman.com, where I share keto and carnivore recipes, other cooking ideas that have helped me to lose over 130 pounds. If you're new here, welcome. I hope you check out some of my other videos. And for those of you returning, welcome back. I hope you enjoyed today's video. Okay, so today I am going to make some cream cheese muffins, and I know not everyone can do the cream cheese, so I will offer a dairy-free option when we get there. I'm making two kinds. One is going to be savory, and one is going to be with these element packets, which I'll talk about later. But how this all came about, I just wanted to talk about that. These are normally muffins that one could use on the keto egg fast. And I do have a link below where you can get a printable recipe card, because it's a very basic recipe that you can change up and to do, whatever you like, whatever flavors you want. And so that's actually what I'm doing today. And this came about because I did a 3-day egg fast last week with some ladies that I know. And I had forgotten how good these taste and how easy they are to make. They don't need to be used on an egg fast. They can be used on keto and even carnivore, depending on what ingredients you allow yourself on carnivore. So I thought, well, it's a good versatile muffin, easy. They're high in fat, over 80%. So let's make these, and I'm going to start by beating the eggs and melting the butter, and then we'll talk about the two variations. For this recipe, I need 8 eggs.
Dropping shells all over the floor.
Okay, so I've got my 8 eggs in here, and I am going to melt some butter. So I just want to weigh this again because people ask me in different terms. This is basically a stick of butter, which weighs 4 ounces or 113 grams. I don't know any other ways I can express a stick of butter, but there you go. A stick of butter and 8 eggs. I'm going to melt this in the microwave. Oh, forgot about my cream cheese. That's why they're called cream cheese muffins. So this is a brick of cream cheese. Let's see how much that weighs. 257 grams. Now that's with the foil, so around 250 grams. And let's change that to ounces. That's going to be 8 ounces. So I am going to melt, not completely melt. We're just softening. We don't want it like, liquid. I'm going to put that in there, and I will try 30 seconds, see how soft it is, maybe do 30 seconds more, and I'll be beating the eggs at the same time. It's pretty soft. I'm just going to use another 30 seconds because this is double the recipe. That little bit of cream cheese went flying. It was about an extra 15 seconds before I could see it was going to probably melt. And I don't want it, I want it soft. If you can see that, it's soft but not, liquid. That's how you want it. So I'm going to put some of this in here. Don't want to put it all in at once. Okay, so I think I'm just going to add the rest now. So these recipes, these cream cheese muffins, they end up tasting, depending on how you flavor them, like little cheesecakes if you make the ones with the element in them, or whatever. I mean, some people add their own sweeteners, stevia, or monk fruit, skinny syrups, whatever, whatever you're using. I like these because they're not, they don't taste sweet to me. The saltiness kind of overcomes that. But the savory ones they also have a totally different flavor of their own. So I'm just going to finish mixing them, and then we'll talk about the two variations I'm doing. And I'm going to set the oven to 325 while I'm talking. Okay, so I have the basic batter here, and what I'm going to do is divide it into this muffin pan. I'm going to put half in here, and then I'm going to add 4 ounces of sheep feta. So I got this idea from somebody who said that she made hers with goat cheese, and I thought, oh, that sounds good. But in my freezer, I didn't have any goat cheese. I only had the sheep feta. So I'm also going to add in some Italian seasoning, just whatever clean flavor of Italian seasoning that you have. And then the other ones are going to be with Element. Now, Element is sponsoring today's video, so I wanted to talk about that for just a second, because I get a lot of questions about using Element during a fasting window. And I think what you have to do is test it for yourself. And now I have both a Keto Mojo and a 4-6. And so I have tested for myself the flavored ones do not even budge my blood glucose levels. So I'm fairly lucky. I don't know if that's true for everybody. It's always best to test. But if you're unsure and you just don't want to take chances, you could use the flavored elements during your eating window, and you could use the raw during your fasting window. So what is Element? It's a super tasty electrolyte drink with a science-backed formula of 1,000 milligrams of sodium, 200 milligrams of potassium, and 60 milligrams of magnesium. It contains everything your body needs without any of the junk ingredients. And right now, Element is offering to my viewers this free sample pack with any purchase from their website. It contains all 8 of their delicious flavors, including the raw, if you wanted to try that. You just go to their website, can be returning subscribers to Element, new customers, it doesn't matter. You can go there, use my link, and you will get this with a purchase. Go to drinklmnt.com/ketogenic woman. That's drinklmnt.com/ketogenic woman. The link is going to be on the screen below, as well as down in the video notes for you to click on. So let's finish up our muffins here. I am using the citrus for this one. I made these the other day and I absolutely love them. But first we need to divide up this batter. Hang on, let me see. We have 750 mils in here. I want to take half of it and fill up 6 of these. So that is 375 mils is going into those 6. Then I'm going to add my cheese. And to the other side, I'm going to add these. Before we do that, I want to talk about the dairy-free options. So if you wanted to make a dairy-free version of the cream cheese muffins using, some flavorings, obviously, the cheese one is out, but the other one, use either butter mayo that you've made yourself instead of the cream cheese. So you'll basically be using butter and butter mayo, or use keto mayo. I like the Chosen Foods keto mayo made with MCT oil. I use that when I don't have my own around. And it actually works quite well as the substitute for cream cheese. So just passing that along, and I am going to pour in my batter here. With these, I don't need any spray or buttering with these silicone muffin cups. So I like that. I also really love the cups with the pouring spout. Otherwise, too much of a mess. So let me see how I did. So I've got about 500 mils left. I need to get a little more out. I'll have macros for those of you who are needing macros. For the egg fast, for those of you who are doing the egg fast, 2 muffins equals 1 egg, 1 fat, and I can't remember how much cheese, but I'll have that down below or up above. Okay, so we want to divide up this cheese. So I'm just going to poke the cheese down to get it into the batter, because I still have some that I can sprinkle on top.
These are gonna be good.
I really like feta cheese. Oh, actually I'm gonna put the seasoning on. This is a very clean seasoning, Italian seasoning that I like, from the Gourmet Warehouse in Vancouver. If anybody knows where that is and you haven't been there, you should go. They have great stuff. So let's just divide up the last bit of this cheese. So now I have the other half of the batter here, and I'm basically going to just I'm putting in 2 packs of Element. Now you might want to play around with that. I did try it with 1 pack, and I just didn't quite get the lime flavor I was looking for. So I went with 2. So it's really up to your taste. Just going to incorporate that. And then we will pour that in. These with the Element taste like cheesecake. If you put them in the fridge after, let them get cold, boy, that's good. But to me, they, you know, if you're using something like skinny syrups or some of the other sweeteners, it's going to taste fairly sweet. And I'm trying to get used to unsweet. So that's where I like the Element. I think I actually have too much batter. So I'm going to grab a little loaf pan. I somehow messed up on the amount or something. The number of cupcakes, I guess, or muffin things. I'm going to have to recalculate how many equals, you know, what the equivalent will be for you. I mean, if you're not doing the egg fast, you're not going to care. You're just going to eat this for keto or carnivore even. But for those of you doing the egg fast, I'll recalculate that. But it is basically a 1-to-1, like for every egg, there's a tablespoon of butter. So it almost doesn't matter as long as you're, yeah, it doesn't matter at all, to be honest. Okay, so these are going in at 325 for 30 minutes. So we'll be back when they come out of the oven. Okay, our muffins are ready. They did bake for 30 minutes. Put in a toothpick, came out clean, so that is all good. So I need to come clean about my math. It sucks. Because I doubled the recipe. It makes 16 servings, and I was trying to stuff that all into 12 wells here. Hence, I ended up with a loaf. So this recipe is 16 servings. The macros are for the base, not for any of the add-ins. For the base recipe, the macros for each of these little muffins is 130 calories, 13 grams of fat, 4 grams of protein, 1 total carb, and the carb is animal carbs. It comes from the cream cheese and from the egg. Yeah, so it's not too bad. I usually have 2 with a meal. If you're doing the egg fast, the base recipe is 1 egg, 1 tablespoon butter, and just under, probably about 3/4 of an ounce of cheese. And that's for the purposes of the egg fast. So anything else you do, you'd have to, calculate those macros, like if you add other things to this. In the summer, it's nice to add some blueberries. It makes almost like a blueberry cheesecake type of a recipe. I really like that. And you can sweeten it or not sweeten it. So there's so many options. But let's have a look at the options that I chose. I am going to take out one of each, give a little taste test. Let's see. I'm excited about this one. I think it's going to be good. That is very good. It reminds me of the Starbucks, they have these egg bites. I think it's the egg bites that have some feta in it, or at least they used to. I don't know if they do anymore, but that is really good. I love that. Let's see what we have here with this one. And that one reminds me of cheesecake. It's like a lemon lime cheesecake type flavor. So either way, these are a winner, and I hope you give them a try, and let me know what kind of variations that you might make to this, or maybe you've already tried it. I will link down the printable recipe card below, and we'll see you guys on the next video.
But first we need to divide up this batter. Hang on, let me see. We have 750 mils. So I want to pour out 375. Is that right? We have 750 mils in here. I want to take half of it and fill up 6 of these. So that is 375 mils. Is that right? I need to bring a calculator. Okay, 375 mils is going into those 6. Then I'm going to add my cheese. Is that right? 18 servings, and I was trying to, not 8. Because I doubled the recipe, it makes 16, can't do it now. Because I doubled the recipe, it makes 16 servings, and I was trying to stuff that all into 12 wells here. Hence, I ended up with a loaf. So this recipe is 16 servings. The macros are for the base, not for the